Hi, my name is Titus, and I work in Cherry Road Services India. And this is my DocuSign CLM implementation consultant, Capstone project. So before we get started, here are a few requirements for the Capstone project that I've outlined. So first one, I have created a workflow using a standard template which will be sent to the legal review. So I have created a workflow where I will be generating a standard template. Once I do that, it will be routed to legal review as per the guidelines. Next, the legal has a choice or can negotiate how the document would be routed forward. So first, they can send the document to internal user for their review, after which they can route the document to external review for their to complete their part, and then after that they can send the document or contract for signature of both the parties involved, and then they can choose to cancel or end the workflow. And once we see the standard template workflow, we will also see how a third party contract is generated. Once it's done, it would be routed to sales approval, like how a sales manager approves the document. As per the guidelines, once it's done, it should again be routed to legal, who can decide whether it should be sent forward or complete the action. So that's what that's all that is also a part of today's discussion. And upon completion of all the signed documents, we would see how the signed documents are stored in CLM. Also, I will talk about the XYZ card, how it generates reports based on attribute fields, for various kinds of contracts. So let's get started. Okay, so I am here in my CLM account or my DocuSign account. I will click on the app switcher and switch to CLM. To kickstart the workflow, I would do it from the Salesforce. So I will also switch to my Salesforce here. So this is my Salesforce environment. I will just click on the app launcher here and select the DocuSign apps launcher. So under DocuSign or apps launcher, I would go to opportunities, and under opportunities, I have two here: Burlington Textiles Weaving Plan Generator and the other one Edge Emergency Generator. For now, for this workflow, I will be using Burlington Textiles Weaving Plan Generator. I'll just click open that. And here on this page, we see two tiles or two options. One is called related and the other one details. So I'll just click on the details tab. This is where all my information and the opportunity name, the account name, and all those information are available. So on this opportunity, I will just click on create contract to kickstart the workflow. Okay, once I've done that, it asks me to choose a template. I will first go with the standard template. So I'll select Capstone standard template. Okay, so this is a form, intake form. All these the effective date, along with the customer name, street, city, state, country, pin code, department. It's asking me to choose a department. All these information, right, like the contact information, the signatory name, signatory title, and the signatory email, along with XYZ card where I am working, that is signatory name, signatory title, and signatory email. All these information are captured from the Salesforce. So once I've done that, I will just click on next here. Okay, so here it's asking me to preview the document before I go ahead and save it. So right now I am okay with it, so I'll just go ahead and click on save. Okay, so let's refresh the Salesforce and see what the contract stages or the contract status is. Right now it says it's under the legal review. So I'll go back to my DocuSign and check the tasks assigned for the legal team. So we will begin the process. So as you can see, legal team is been assigned with one task. Just click on this and open this task. Okay, so I also configured in such a way that whenever a task has been assigned, I will be sent an email notification as well, just in case I'm not logged into my DocuSign and I don't miss this. So I just get my email. Attached in this email is a URL where I can just click on this and complete my task instead of logging into DocuSign. This is an easier way. So I'll just go back to my DocuSign task, and on this task I see all these options here. First one, info is all about the document information. It has the document name, the type of permission that I have upon the document that is added, the last modified date, when it's added on, and who added it, the file type, the file size. You also have a way to preview it, or in a PDF form. You also have attributes. So all these attributes again are from the Salesforce. So we have the name, the description, the department, effective date, customer name, street, Burlington. All these are what we saw on the intake form. So yeah, along with the signatory names and the external party names, title, and email. So we also have the sign date, which is currently blank. And then we have tasks. So here on the right hand side we have download, edit, send, and more. On download we have download this file. You also have an option to download as a PDF, and again once you've downloaded, and whatever changes that you had to do to your document, once you've done that, you also have an option to upload a new version of that document using the edit option. Along with this, we also have open with DocuSign Edit, which is an add-on feature. We have delete, copy, move, and all these other options. Again, under send, we have copy share link for signature, continuous signature, more signature actions for external review, and more external review actions. And under more, we have check-in and check-out option for the document, and we have the history option for the document too. So those are the additional options. And so as per the requirement, legal review first would like to send their documents to the internal review or the internal reviewing process. So I will just go and select this drop down. We have these four options: send for internal review, send for external review, send for signature, and then workflow. First I will just select send for internal review and see how the process is. I'll just type review it. Okay, so once it is done, I will just go ahead and refresh this page. As you can see, legal routed the document to internal, and internal has to must complete their task now. So we'll just click on the internal team task. I also received an email as well, as I showed you earlier, for the legal as well. So we receive an email for internal team as well. And if I go to my Salesforce, so here I will just go ahead and refresh this page. Okay, as you can see, the contract status is updated from a legal review to internal review because the contract is currently under internal review process. So we'll just go back to the task and click on the task that has been assigned to internal team. Okay, so here under the task, this is the task I've been assigned to as an internal reviewer. So I have to, it's asking me to choose a user or a group, for the task to be assigned or completed, right? So I will just click on this people icon here. It gives me an option to, select a user, user by user, or select, a group. So I will just, select user for now. Just click on apply, and I will just type review it. Click on complete. Since I selected myself, I have a task to complete now as an internal reviewer. So I've just click on my task, and I'll go and complete the internal review process. Okay, So on this page, we have again the same options, that is info, gives the information about the document. We have attributes, various attributes that we earlier spoke about. We have tasks, activity, edit, PDF, and obligations. Again, we have a download file as PDF. We have edit, upload, new version, open with DocuSign, and all the other options along with it. So right now it looks good for me as an internal reviewer. The documents, I'm not going to do any changes. Instead, I'll just go ahead and type completed and complete my task as an internal reviewer. Okay. So once that's been done, we will just go ahead and refresh the page. Now, as per the requirements, once the internal review has been completed by the required parties, the document should again be routed to the legal review. That's the requirement here. So as you can see, it's again been routed back to the legal team, and I also have an email as well that says legal review required. So we'll go back to DocuSign. We will process this. Okay. So this is currently under legal review again. Again, we have info, attributes, tasks, all the same options that we reviewed earlier. So here it's asking me to choose one of these options. Earlier we saw the send for internal review. Internal review process has been completed now. So as a legal reviewer, I would like to pass on this process to the external review now. So I will just select extend send for external review. Please review it as a comment and click on complete. So for the external review, I will access my Gmail as an external reviewer. Yeah, so I received an email. Yes. So here it says like you have a document for review. It gives me two options: reply to this email or review the document online. What I will do is I will just click on review online. Okay, so I am reviewing this document currently as an external or outsider. So we have a document for review here. On this page, it also asks us to download, and if we want to do any changes, you can just go ahead and download this and upload a new version. So we will just go ahead and download this, do a minor change, and re-upload this. Just open this document. I will click on enable editing. So for a minor change, what I will do is I'll just do a private limited here, the Burlington Textiles Corp of America Private Limited. To highlight this change, I will just go ahead and mark it as red. So Burlington Textiles Corp of America. So I'll just go ahead and save this and close this document. So we will just go ahead and click on next. So here, right, on the next page, we see an option to select a file, upload a new version against this old version. So that's what we will do. We will just click on select file here and select the latest one and click on open. Okay, I think it is selected. So we will just go ahead and click on next. On the comments, I would just write changes made and complete it. Okay, and we will click on finish. So the task assigned for the external reviewer has been complete. They've done the necessary changes and finished the process. As per the requirement, once it's done by the external, the process has been done by the external reviewer, it's again be routed back to the legal. Under the Salesforce, we will just see what is the current stage of the document that is in. So earlier it was in the internal review, then it went back to the legal. Now legal again routed it back to external. So yeah, as you can see, the contract status is currently under external review. So that's the Okay, so we will go back to DocuSign, and as we completed the external review process, it should again be routed back to legal, right? So we have received another a task, to be completed by the legal team. We also received an email as well stating legal review required. So we will just go ahead and process that. Okay, so the legal reviewer has drafted the document for the internal review and the external review purpose. As we can see, the changes made by the external is reflecting here as well, and we have the info about the document, which captures the document information, attributes again, which holds the information about the signers. We have the task as well, download file, download as PDF, edit options to upload a new version, and so on. So right now we will select this option, send for signature. Since we completed the internal review and the external review, the legal reviewer wants to send it for signature process. So I will just click on send for signature, and I will just pass on a comment stating please sign it. Click on complete. Okay, so once the legal reviewer sends it for signature, it is both sent to the external party and the reviewer, internal reviewer, the XYZ card reviewer. So both the parties sign, and once both parties sign, that's when the workflow can be completed. So we will just go to Salesforce before that and see what is the status here. So right now it is under the signature, sent for signature contract status. So I will just go to my Gmail first and complete my signature. Okay, so right now we will just click on continue and click on start the signature process. So here I will just go ahead and click on sign. It automatically adopted and applied my signature as an external review, as an external reviewer. Yes, so that's what it applied. This is an editable field again, and on the right hand side we have other actions where I can just click on finish later, print and sign, assign to someone else, or decline to sign, which will be voided. So right now we've just applied the signature and clicked on finish. Once I am done signing as an external reviewer, I will need to sign as an XYZ card representative as well. So I will just go to my Outlook, and I received an email as well. So I'll just click on review document and click on continue. So just click on start. As we see the signature applied by the external reviewer, we will also go ahead and apply our signature too. I'll just click on sign, which is my signature, again an editable field. And we also have these options like finish later, print and sign, assign to someone else, void and correct. So right now we will just apply the signature and click on finish to complete the signature process. Okay, so as we know, as we saw, once both the parties have signed, we also see in the Salesforce that the contract status, it shows as contract signed. So everybody has completed their signature. We'll just go back to, let's see how a third party contract is generated, how it is sent for sales approval, and so on. So I will just go ahead and create a contract again. And this time I will select third party template, Capstone third party template. So we will select an effective date here. Department. And here it gives me an option to upload or attach a document, a sample document. So what I'll do is I'll just click on select a file, and I will select a sample third-party contract. I will click on save. Okay, the third-party workflow has been kick-started, so we will just see what stage it is currently. Just go and refresh this page. Okay, so as you can see, the contract status is currently under sales manager approval. So we will go to DocuSign and see, what the task that's been assigned to sales. So yes, we do have a task, and we also have an email notification too. That is sales approval required. So I will just click on this task approved assigned for the sales rep. And on this page, again, we have the info tab, which gives the information about the document. We have the attributes, where it's capturing all the attributes from Salesforce. We have the task, and then on the right-hand side, we have download file as PDF. We have edit, upload a new version, and along with other options. We have send and more, which has check-in and check-out and history. So right now here, I will just go ahead and click on approve for now. When we are selecting approve as per the guidelines, it should be routed to the legal review again. So I'll just click on approve and review it and click on complete. If I click on reject in the sales approval, it will end the workflow. Since I'm approving, should be routed back to the legal again. So we will just see the task here. As you can see, legal has an additional task here. I'll just go ahead and open that. Click on legal review. Okay, so legal has an option to, either again do an internal reviewer, external review process, and for signature and end workflow. So since we saw all these, process or workflow, what we will do is we will just click on end workflow for now to end the workflow. I'll just type completed and click on complete. Okay, so by that, the workflow, has been ended, even for a third party contract. So we will next we'll go to Salesforce first and see what's the process or the contract status. It was it is under the legal review. So okay, so we saw, the process of, generating a standard template, completing the signing ceremony, and also the same process that was done for the third-party template as well. Now, let's move on to the next part. I will just click on admins. We'll just quickly review, workflows and activities. So workflows, I have two tabs here. One is called activity, and the other one the configuration. First, we will review the configuration and then come back to activity. So configuration, I have Capstone project. This is the workflow that I currently designed for our existing process. So we have an option here on the right hand side, that is a new workflow. Use an advanced workflow or use a template. I'll just review this current build. Okay, zoom in a bit. Okay. So I have designed it, in such a way that I've grouped everything, all the steps into lanes, so that every task is grouped and we know what it is. So first we have updating the variables lane, and then we have sales manager approval. We have legal review then, and then we have internal review, external review, and the signature process, and updating the document process. So we have all these lanes, and so we'll just start with one by one. So first, again, as we know, it started by the start. Then we have update variable with all the variables. Here on this step, I'm initializing the variables. So as you can see, we have a lot of variables called effective date, customer name, street, city, state, country, pin code, department. It also has the variable and values for the signatory name, signatory title, signatory email, along with XYZ signatory name, email, and title. So that's been initialized here in this step. Next is then sent to update information. Here we are capturing the customer name. So we are updating the customer name column. So that's this step. Then it is again sent to update document metadata value. So here we are updating the attributes to params actually through a document. So it's like effective date, customer name, and all those attributes actually we are in capturing here. And the next, it is sent to update variable from CSV1. So we are updating the approver here. So it has the department approver and the value as well, the variable and the value. So that is what being shown here. And the next, we have find the document. So here we are finding email notifications actually. So we are using an inner SX form data here in this step. So that's what this step does. And next, it is sent to update variable value 3. So here we are updating the email. It's all about email. The body of the email, the subject of the email, for all the parties involved. So that is what we are updating here. Next, it is passed on to the next lane. That is, I have created a rule here, right? So this checks a condition if it is a standard template or not. If it is a standard template or a third-party contract. If it is a standard template, it goes to update document keyword 3. Or if it is a third-party template, which is a false condition, it goes to update document keyword, where we are updating the keyword sales manager approval. And it is again sent to we are updating the Salesforce contract stage as well, contract status, to sales manager approval. And then once it is approved, it is again routed back to legal for their review. If not, if it is rejected, as we earlier saw, it ends the workflow. That's what this step does. Again, if it is a standard template, it goes to the legal review. Here it updates the Salesforce stage to legal review, and then it goes to choice step actually, where it asks us to whether select a user or assign to a task group. So from the legal, we know that we were able to negotiate through three different paths. One is for send for internal review, send for external review, send for signature, and then decide to end the workflow. So we will first see send for internal review. So from choice one, we have send for internal review, where it is sending, updating the document keyword to internal review. We are updating the Salesforce contract stage as well, and then it is sending to choose users, where we just select user or select a group, and then we send to edit document. So here we either complete or we reject actually. So both which ways, it will again be routed back to legal once the internal process is done. Again, once it's back to legal, again the legal sends it for send for external review. So we again have the update document keyword 4, which is updating the document keyword external review, updating the Salesforce contract status again next. And then it is sent for external review. So external review, I've also taken care of the exception handling as well. We have completed with documents, completed without documents, cancelled invalid recipient, cancelled mutual manual override, failure, and expired. So all these are again routed to update variable 5, value 5, which is again routed back to the choice one or the legal review. So that was about external review. And once again, external review sends it for signature. So for signature, we are updating the document keyword, updating the sales source contract stage. Next, it is sent for signature. So here, if it is signed by the required parties, it moves on to the next stage. If it is failure or rejected or any of these steps, right? So it again goes back to the legal by updating the variable value. So if it is signed, it goes to update, document keyword to signed. We are updating the sales source as well to contract signed. We are updating the value, variable value to updating the meta document. So this is where it is going to capture the signed date and the um, attribute, and it shows the value for that attribute. So it goes to finish stage. So that was about the workflow. Right. Okay, so we will go back to activity this time. So we saw about configuration and the build of the workflow. We will go to activity now. So here, uh, I will select this one first. So this is the activity for the standard template we started. It goes to the standard template. It goes to checks the condition and goes to legal review. Then we saw the process of internal review, external review, sent for signature, and how it is routed back again to the legal review. And once the workflow is completed, or document is signed, it either finishes, or we either cancel the workflow or end the workflow. So that's what this is. So we'll go back and see the activity for the third party template. So yeah, so it is a third party template. It checks the condition to third party and again updates the Salesforce. We approve it as an legal as a sales manager. So it goes to legal review. Legal review decides then to end the workflow. So that's what it shows here. So just go back here. So that's what it's about the activities. So you have the workflow, the last updated. I'm just selecting as today. You can filter all the activities here. Just click on apply. So we will go to dashboard. So on the dashboard, you have these options. This is where you can customize or have a personalized dashboard where you can modify it to have anything. It's like a quick actions. On the right hand side, you have an add option where you can add a widget or add a dashboard. So I've already added one here, but to show an example, I'll just click on add here. Click on add widget. You can just drag and drop any already configured widget. I'll just give an example here. Click on apply. Click on save. It's adding a widget here. You can customize it the way you want. Move and so and add a dashboard here as well. Okay. So that is all about widget and dashboard. And next we go to documents. So under documents, earlier we completed the workflow process, right? So we also wanted to know how the completed documents are stored in the CLM. So for that, I will go to. I'm currently under my DSU training account. We have all these folders and subfolders. It's like an hierarchy. So I will go to other sources. I will go to Salesforce, and I will go to account. So since I use the Burlington textiles opportunity, I'll just click on this drop down, select the opportunity, click on here. So this is the Capstone standard template. Uh, so that the status there shows as signed. We'll just review the document once again. So it has the completed or the signed document by both the parties, and we have attributes field as well. It has been updated to signed, and as we saw, this was earlier empty, but now this is capturing the signed date as well. So that is this date, and we have tasks here again. So that's the document, all about documents. So this is the path where the documents will be stored. You can also review the third-party contract as well. So this is about the third-party contract. So we'll go back to documents page, and next we will go to tasks. So I have created various task groups like legal, sales and internal team and my tasks. So as we saw earlier, whenever anything is being routed to any particular team, it's easier this way to have tasks created or task group created, so that you can easily access your documents and complete your tasks. So I have created internal team, legal team, sales team, and my tasks. So that is all about the tasks. You can manage your tasks here that is being assigned to you. Okay, and next let's go to reporting. Okay, on this page, so on the reporting page, we see all the reports that I have created. And if you see on the right hand side, you have a button called New Report. Clicking on that, we have four options, right? One is called Document Report, one is called Document Activity Report, the other one Workflow Report, and the last one Other Reports, which contains all user reports actually. So these are the various kinds of reports that you can create or generate. And here I have created two reports that I'd like to talk about. First one, let's talk about the Capstone workflow report. And on this page, it is filtered like, the name of the report, the description. Right now, I've not given anything. The type of the report, the last modified date, the created date, created by who, and so on. So I have a gear icon here. So these are the things where I can customize the columns with. So first, let's open the Capstone workflow report. So under the Capstone workflow report, we have all these various kinds of Capstone project, the documents that are executing, the documents, the current stage of the documents, who it is currently assigned to, the time, the current stage, and the expected completion date. And we also have view details here, which will give you, the configuration and the status of the, reports and such. And if we see the actions button here, right? So we have export option where you can export, the reports as a CSV file or an Excel file, that is Excel SX file. You can also edit the report. You can create a copy and you can delete reports. So for now, we will just click on edit and see what it shows us. So edit brings us to this edit report page. So here, right now, it is not filtered to anything. On this page, it gives us an option to filter the reports. Actually, we have filter and access. So filters, under filters, we have active date. So active date has a list of options when I select the drop down. For now, I have selected all time so that it can generate as many reports as possible. And yeah, show workflows that match all of the following. And here, currently one item is selected, one filter has been added or applied. It is filtered by the status, right? The status, and the items selected are currently executing. I'll just go ahead and select complete as well, and we will just click on preview report to see how many reports it will pull up. So right now we have the workflow name, the status, the status of all the documents executing. We have completed as well. Currently assigned, time and current stage, and expected completion uh, time. And we also have this gear button where you can customize the columns. You can enable or disable any, so as to you can see which columns that you want to see and you don't want to see. So I'll just go ahead and click on apply. Um, Okay, so I will also try to add another filter this time. I will select start date, and here I will select as, let's try another one. We'll select current stages. So we'll select, we've selected last updated, and here we will select this month and see the reports that are being generated or previewed. Okay, so it's filtered, got whatever filters that I've selected, it's filtered and giving us this following report. Upon which, if you want to save this report, you can just go ahead and click on save. If you just want to save it as a new file with a different name, you can just click on save as. So we will go back. This time I will open this document attribute report that I created too. So it brought us to this page where I can see all the documents here along with the description, like a legal review, signed, sales manager approval, or the statuses, and then who it was created by and the department that we selected actually. So here we have add filters as well. Again, we have actions button here where you can export this report as a CSV, export as Excel format, and then we have edit, create a copy, and again delete some reports. We go back. And then we will go to contacts. So right now I have no contacts created. So if there are any contacts that you create, it will appear here. You'll also have a mailing list here. Right now I've not configured it, so this is not there for me. And then we have admin. So we saw about workflow, the activity, and the configurations. So we'll just review all these, quickly. We have document generation. Just click on document generation, and under document generation we have configurations, forms, form libraries, and settings. So configuration, this is the Capstone project or the configuration. So if I just click on this, so it shows about the document generator and configuration. The name I'd given it as Capstone. We have configured filters and add templates. I've added these two templates, like a third-party template and a Capstone standard template. So yeah, launch this workflow option. Would you like to allow the user to complete the first workflow? No, where will use this configuration in Salesforce? We have added the Salesforce and the opportunity as well. And yeah, so that was about this. And then we have forms. The forms, we have two forms, right? The two templates, the standard template and third party. We'll just review the standard template first. So as you can see, this is the intake form, where we have configured. We have all these fields. Actually, the contract type is set to standard, effective date, and all these, customer name, streets, the city, country, pin code, state department, and all these information. They have their own merge tags. So all these informations are captured from the Salesforce. So this is the standard template form. We will review the third party as well. Third party, it's set to contract type is set to third party, and again all these information about XYZ, card name, email, and title, contact signatory name, email, and title, and all these other information too. So that was about forms. We have form libraries. Currently, I've not set up any form libraries. Okay, then we will go to eForms. eForms. So I have created one eForm here. Let's go back. Called Capstone email notification, the folder that is saved to email settings. So whatever options that we select, may submit, may update form documents is a check, the rest of them it is not. So also at the top we have the create option where we can create an e-form, and don't want to do that. So we have an edit, an e-form, allow submission, and set submit folder. So we just open this e-form to review how an e-form is. We have the legal review body, and all these other e-form fields. So I'll just go back. Then we have reminder templates. We saw about the workflow earlier. And under documents and folders, we have attributes. So I have created an attribute group called contact information. Contact information. I also can create a group if I have multiple attribute groups. You have an option to move up or move it down. So to align it, I will just open the contract information. So the name is contract information. We have various attributes field. We have department, effective date, and such. So it's not group, but these are the attributes. If you want to create a new attribute or a field, you can just click on add field and just use them. So we'll go back and we'll review the users as well. So under users, we have two users, the admin and the other user, the external user, and we have groups as well. We have compliance, finance, HR, IT, and legal. So these are the various groups that I've created, and we have task groups. That is internal team, legal team, and sales team. If you just click open this, gives you the name, description, and all this information and the users that belong to that group. You can also assign new users to that group. Delegated permissions. Right now, there are no delegated permissions have been created. So we will go to the account settings under account management. So we have the account name. We have allow users to provide product feedback as well to hear how their experience with DocuSign is. We have language settings. One item selected, that is English. By default, language would be English. The regional or the timings, the region as well, and we allow the users to set their own time zone and region. We have the storage information here, the report, and So we have allowed CLM users to delete documents. We have permission profiles allowed to download documents. We have tasks, and we have set a workflow and task set the value for return to inbox flag for all users in the account, and it's various other options too. You scroll down. Yeah, so that was about account settings. Next, we'll go to branding. So under branding, you have logo and colors where you can customize your company logo and branding here. So you can upload a logo here by uploading a file. You can just pick a color or select whatever color you'd like. You can also set an button as well, and uh, an action button. So you also have a link and how it works or looks. Then you have an email preview as well, either no branding or custom branding. So you have all these options, in branding, so where you can customize your company logo and such. Then we have deployment. So under deployment, so we have this feature where I know once we are configuring or creating any workflows or doing a workflow build, you can just create a package or create a copy of that, and then you can deploy the same to your production. When you're moving to your production, you don't need to redo all these. You can simply create a package, save all your work here, and just upload that package to your production environment. Will save a lot of work. So that is how we can do through deployment. So under deployment, we have the package name, created by who, created date, description, and all these options where we have auto install package, which automatically installs the package in your production site. If you select this, we have override existing objects when installing a package. So storing these values, override any object with a similar name or setting is what this button does. We have include account settings, which will include all the account settings that we do. We have include account branding preferences, all the branding preferences that we do. That is included by this feature. Then we have include account level customization of navigation tabs, menus, and toolbars. So which will also be, if we select that, and then we have folders below that. So folders is where you select a folder and where this package would be saved. So you will select all access, and by default it will be selected as all access, like all the export settings by default will be selected to all access. And then we have attribute groups. So I will just select contract information because that's the group that I'm using. And then we have all these other groups as well, so user groups, so I'll select that too. And forms, we have Capstone email notifications, so I'm just going to go ahead and select that. Smart rules, I have not configured any, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then we have under reports, we have Capstone workflow report and document report. So I will just select Capstone workflow report for now. And workflow, as we just have only the main one, the Capstone project. And then task groups, we have internal, legal, and sales, which I will again be selecting. Reminder templates, there are none. Document generation configuration, I have Capstone, so I will just select that. Delegated permissions, I have none. So I'll just go ahead and click on save. So once I do that, I will receive an email that your configuration package is ready. You can just click on view package to view this, or you can simply go to documents. Since we know it's being stored in the default place, that is all access, you will just see all access here, and your new package is ready. So this is the package that we deployed to the production. So, and then we will go to, we'll click on the app switcher and go to admin. To review a few items in the administrator panel as well. So we'll go to admin. And under admin, we have the org admin panel as we know it. So here I will go to groups and go to account users. So right now there are two account users. One is the administrator and the other one the user, regular user. So We will just view this user as well. We have the profile and the memberships. We have the, he's part of the DSU training account. He's also a CLM user. E-signature permission profiles. We has GS admin. You click on actions and edit the permission profile here. If you want to change the permission profile from a viewer to a user and such. So since he's a user, I'm going to select as CLM admin, and I will add him to a group as well. And yeah, this would remain the same. So I'll just click on save. This is how you customize or change the permission profile of any user under your account. Okay, then we have groups. This is where I've created all the 4 groups. This is the one that I recently added another user here. So if you want to add any user to any group, you can just click on add and actions and edit, and simply load the users by selecting assign users. Right now I'm just a part of this group. We will just go back to groups. You want to add a group, you can just click on add group, select the account and just click on add group. Change the name of the group too. So yes, this was my take on the Capstone project for CLM implementation consultant program. So let me know if I've missed anything, but thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. Yes, bye.